Hi everyone, and thank you so much for watching my channel The Witty Turtle. And in this particular video we will be discussing two questions which are there in the old and new syllabus of OMSM CMA Inter, and also it is there in the old and new syllabus of CMA Final Strategic Cost Management, right? So this question, the first question says that a company possesses two manufacturing plants, each of which can produce three products X, Y and Z. So all these things are what? They are finished goods and they are being produced from a common raw material, right? However, the proportions in which the products are produced are different in each plant, and so are the plant's operating cost per hour. Okay. So there are two plants, plant A and B, out of which these three products are being produced, right? And also the plant's operating cost per hours are different. So the data on production per hour costs, are given below, together with current orders in hand for each product. So in this particular table, we can see that there are three products X, Y and Z and two plants, plant A and B. So the proportion in which the products are produced in plant A are 243 and plant B are 432, right? And the operating cost per hour is for plant A it is rupees 9 and for plant B it is rupees 10. And the orders in hand for product XYZ are respectively 50, 24 and 60. So we have to manufacture at least this much because these are the orders in hand. So the question says you are required to formulate the problem to find the number of production hours which is needed to fulfill the orders on hand at minimum cost. So obviously the what will be our objective function? It is to minimize the cost, right? Minimize the cost. And what is the cost here? These are the cost per hour. And also it says we need to find the number of production hours needed to fulfill the orders. Number of production hours we need. So for that we need to take two decision variables which will be based on the number of production hours, right? So let's start with the solution. So here let the number of hours of plant A in use is X1 and the number of hours of plant B which is in use is X2, right? And what do we have? We have the objective function as minimize the cost. So the objective function will be minimize Z, which is equal to what? Minimize the cost. So it will be, because the operating cost is given to us in hours, so we can write it as 9x1, because for plant A we need x1 hours and for plant B we need x2 hours, right? So this will be our objective function, because obviously we need to minimize the cost, and the cost is based on number of hours, right? Now coming to the constraint function, the first constraint function will be your to minimize the number of hours and also to fulfill the orders at the same time. So how many orders do we have for product X? For product X we have at least 50 orders in hand. So we need to manufacture at least 50 units of X. So that will be 2x1 x1. Why? Because from plant A we are manufacturing like the ratio of plant A and B is 2:4 to manufacture product X. So it will be 2x1 plus 4x2, right? And because we have to minimize, because we have to get at least the number of orders which are in hand, so it will be more than or equal to 50. We have to manufacture at least 50, right? उससे ज़्यादा भी हो सकता है. We can produce more than 50 also, but we have to manufacture at least 50. So out of left hand side and right hand side, which one is bigger? This one is bigger, right? This one is smaller because we need at least 50. Similarly for product Y, this is for product X. If you write it down like this, then your confusion will be cleared. For product Y, it will be 4x1 plus 3x2 and which will be more than or equal to 24, because we need to manufacture at least 24 units to fulfill the needs of the market, which is on demand. Then for Z, it is 3x1 plus 2x2 is more than or equal to 60, right? So this is what? This is your constraint function. And here we can write as the non-negative function, which says that x1, x2 and x3. Okay, sorry, x1 and x2. Two decision variables are there. They are more than or equal to 0, right? I hope this is clear. This was a very, very easy question. Now coming to the next question, which says the products PQR are being produced in a plant having profit margin as 3, 5 and 4, right? Since we have seen that here the word profit margin has been used, so we can assume that there might be the objective to maximize the profit margin, right? The raw materials A, B, C are of scarce supply, like they are available in limited quantity. These three things are finished goods and these are your raw materials, right? And the availability is limited to 8, 15 and 10 units of ABC respectively. Specific consumption is indicated in the table below. So the finished products are P, Q and R and the raw materials are A, B and C. The available units are already given to you in the question. Those are 8, 15 and 10, and the specific consumption in the proportion is given as to produce 1 unit of product P, we need 2 units of A and 3 units of B, right? And similarly, to manufacture 1 unit of Q, we need 3 units of A, 2 units of B and C each. Similarly, to produce 1 unit of R, we need 4 units of B and 5 units of C. And the profits are also given to you here. So the question says, write down the problem mathematically for maximization of profit margin. Again, this question is there in your CMA Inter OMSM, both old syllabus and new syllabus, and also in CMA Final Strategic Cost Management. So let's start with the solution. So in this particular question, we need to identify how many units of P, Q and R we need to produce in order to maximize the profit, right? So here we will take the assumption, let the number of units produced of P, Q and R be x1, x2 and x3, right? Now coming to the next part, that is the objective function. Here the objective function is to maximize the profit. So maximize Z equals to, what is the profit margin given to you here? Per unit of P it is rupees 3 and we need to produce how many units of P? X1. So it will be 3x1 plus per unit of Q you are getting a profit of rupees 5. So how many units of Q we are producing? X2 and similarly 4x3, right? This is your maximization function, or we can say objective function. Now coming to the constraint function. So in this case, the restriction is on which materials? The restriction is on the raw materials, which are A, B and C, the 3 components, right? So here they are scarcely available. So now we will formulate the constraint functions, which speaks about raw material A, B and C. First we will identify for product A, then for raw material A, B, then raw material C. For raw material A, the constraint function will be what? Okay, so raw material A कहाँ पर use हो रहा है? Raw material A is being used to manufacture product P and product Q. So to manufacture 1 unit of product P, we need 2 units of A. So to produce X1 units of P, we need what? We need 2X1. And to manufacture X2 units of product Q, we need what? We need 3X2, right? 3X2. So, and also because A is scarcely available and the total available units of A is what? 8, right? So this will be less than or equal to 8. So in the very first class, we had studied that the consumption should be less than or equal to the availability, right? So the same concept is being applied here. Similarly for B, we need 3 units of x1 and 2 x2 and 4 x3, right? Because the raw material B is available up to only 15 units. So this is 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 4x3 is less than or equal to 15. Similarly, we can see that raw material C is used in Q and R in the ratio of 2 and 5. So it will be 2x2 plus 5x3. And again C is available for 10 units only. So it will be less than or equal to 10. Right? I hope this is clear. And after that, we need to write the non-negative function, that is your x1, x2 and x3 are more than or equal to 0. Right? I hope this is clear. This was also again a very small and easy question. We have a similar question to this. So that question will be homework to you. So that question is this. A company produces 3 products PQR from 3 raw materials ABC. Again, the ratios are also very same in this case, and the profits are 3, 5 and 4, which is again same. But yeah, here in this case, the only difference is that the ratio of B. This is the only difference in this question. Okay. So this question is homework to you, and I'm sure everybody can do this. And in the next class onwards, we will start with the other questions. If you really find this video helpful and insightful, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button of my channel, and also hit the like button of this video and share this video with your CA, CMA, inter, final, old syllabus, new syllabus friends, so that everybody can be benefited by the videos that I'm uploading.